Oh, good.
Okay, we. I think we are online. So, ladies and please welcome to Free as Science. I am Gardai. So, today, tonight, we are going to talk about an urgent topic. So, the AI. Let me start. Let me start with something personal. Sometimes when when you when I ask the phone to remember a birthday or remember or look for information, I feel I feel handing up a piece of my memory and a piece of making decision making. But uh, on the other hand, AI helps helps scientists to make um, a backgrounding discovery. So are we making? Are we getting stupid or not? Today, today, I am I'm very proud to introduce our special guest, Flavia Ceccato, from Brazil, who will talk about who will talk about AI in a philosophy in article and psychological point of view. So, Flavio, let's let's illuminate us with your speech.
Oh, thank you, Gerd, for the invitation. I'm very excited to be here with all of you talking about this so important topic for our time. And I'm very happy to see the channel Free Astroscience and the enthusiasm of Gerd in make all these things happen. So I'm very happy to be here, and I will share my screen.
Yes, you can.
Are you seeing? Oh, guys, if I will make a joke first. Uh, if Socrates were alive, he would probably look at a robo like that. To talk about this topic is very funny to imagine Socrates that time, and he couldn't imagine we would be today like we are living this time with the expansion of AI. Today, I will be speaking about a topic of great contemporary relevance: the evolution and hazards of AI, how technology shapes and challenges the human mind. Um, Artificial intelligence tools become increasingly part of our daily lives and workflows. We are witnessing a transformation in how scientific texts are produced. While these technologies offer valuable support, such as grammatical correction, idea organization, and content suggestions, they also raise important questions about how critical thinking is being shaped or, in some cases, neglected. Because of this, I bring to you this image of Socrates. Um, so, um, in 1885, Carl Benz created the world's first automobile. Humans advanced from horse-drawn carriages to cars, from paper mail to instant messaging. In my childhood, I will not say my age for you, but in my childhood, we waited days for a letter. Today, a click is enough to cross continents in search of words. We evolved from airplanes to rockets and landed on the moon. Along came computers, cell phones, and the internet, which connects us in real time. Now, with artificial intelligence, communication has accelerated even further. Instant translations, dialogues in any language with anyone, anywhere. Um, the day will come when we break down the language barrier completely. Who knows, perhaps a device capable of transmitting thoughts will emerge, a technology assisted telepathy. It could be that in the beginning, each advance took centuries, while today innovations emerge in a matter of months, weeks, or even days. Um, Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the superstar of computer science. We are talking about machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision. AI has the potential to revolutionize society. It can automate mundane tasks like scheduling meetings and help tackle massive global challenges in medicine, transportation, and education. It's like having a genius sibling who never sleeps. But, as with any superstar, AI comes with baggage. Ethical dilemmas, privacy concerns, and security risks are just the tip of the iceberg. There is also job automation, algorithmic discrimination, and, of course, the sci fi horror story we all secretly worry about, the rise of super intelligent AI that surpasses human capabilities. That's when the real debate kicks in. Will we be the ones controlling AI or the other way around? This is where technophobia enters the scene, the irrational fear or aversion to technology. It's been around since someone probably panicked over the invention of the wheel. Imagine it, that time, the primitive man seeing the wheel. I think it was very funny. Uh, when it comes to AI, technophobia can spark widespread skepticism and resistance, even when the tech could significantly improve our lives. One major concern is how AI and automation could affect our sense of purpose. For many of us, work is closely tied to identity and social contribution. So, what happens when robots start doing the jobs we've always done? If a machine can do your job faster, better, and without cough breaks, it's hard not to feel like the robot just showed you the exit sign. This disruption can make people question their value in a tech dominated labor market. As AI continues to reshape the workforce, society faces a powerful challenge, redefining the human whole. The good news? There is still plenty AI can't do, at least not yet. Creativity, empathy, and ethics remain uniquely human strengths. No matter how advanced the algorithm, A robot can't truly replicate what it means to care, to imagine, or to choose what is right. And here is the real power move, promoting lifelong learning. If we keep learning, we can adapt. We can turn career disruption into personal transformation. What does it mean to think critically in an age where machines assist with writing? Scientific writing is not merely a formal task. It is an intellectually demanding process that reflects a writer's capacity to analyze, synthesize, argue, and interpret. Behind every paper lies a journey, a process of thought, refinement that demands discipline, creativity, and precision. At the core of this journey is critical thinking, the intellectual engine that drives meaningful academic inquiry. It is through critical thinking that researchers examine assumptions, evaluate evidence, challenge dominant narratives, and contribute new knowledge to the world. But this centrality of human thought is being reconfigured. With the rapid expansion of science and technology tools, particularly artificial intelligence, we were witnessing a profound shift in how knowledge is constructed. From grammar suggestions to content generation, AI tools are becoming increasingly integrated into the workflow of academic authors. This evolution raises essential questions. Are we still engaging deeply with our ideas? Are we nurturing our unique intellectual voice? Or are we becoming overly reliant on algorithmic prompts? Does AI enhance our thinking or replace it? As we reflect on these transformations, we are invited to re examine what we value most in academic work: originality, intellectual effort, and authorial responsibility. Does artificial intelligence support or disrupt the critical autonomy of academic authors? What is the true role of artificial intelligence in scientific writing? Over the past few years, AI has moved from a peripheral tool to a central player in the writing process. Applications like ChatGPT, Grammarly, Writeful, and similar digital assistants are now commonly used not only for grammar correction but also for rephrasing, text organization, argument structuring, and even partial content generation. These tools have revolutionized the creation of academic texts. On a practical level, they offer a wide range of benefits. They help correct errors, improve vocabulary, polish sentence structure, and ensure clarity of expression. This is particularly helpful for students writing in a second language or for researchers working under tight deadlines. The impact is undeniable. Time is saved. Grammar and syntax improve. Writers receive immediate, actionable feedback. Stress is reduced, especially during the revision phase. Literature in the field of writing instruction and educational technology supports the idea that AI enhanced environments can increase student engagement, boost performance, and accelerate skill development. However, there are serious problems with using these tools as well. Academic integrity is threatened by unchecked AI use. These risks include automated plagiarism, text rewriting to get around similarity checks, and the dissemination of misleading information. Furthermore, an over-reliance on automated recommendations may result in texts that lack authorial voice and are overly generic and unoriginal. This poses a threat to the authentic manifestation of critical thinking, which requires situated reflection, self-judgment, and epistemological engagement. Social problems also emerge in addition to ethical and cognitive difficulties. Unequal access to AI tools between countries or institutions with different technological resources can deepen disparities in scientific production, creating a type of asymmetry in the global academic ecosystem. Critical thinking. Now I will change to the opposite side of AI. I will talk about critical thinking, which is the capacity to carefully, logically, and rationally analyze, synthesize, and access information. This ability is shown in scientific writing by formulating coherent hypotheses, carefully examining data, and crafting compelling arguments. There is more to critical thinking than just a method. It's an attitude of inquiry motivated by curiosity, intellectual integrity, and the willingness to adjust one's mind in the face of new information. Some key skills and dispositions make up the ideal critical thinker. These qualities include conceptual clarity, objectivity, receptivity to discussion, diligence in gathering pertinent data, metacognitive awareness, and perseverance in research. Critical thinking integrates attitudes and abilities focused on making well informed decisions. In the context of scientific writing, this entails analyzing presumptions, assessing the veracity of assertions, coming to logical conclusions, taking into account alternate possibilities, and clearly, honestly, and politely expressing ideas. Even when facing opposing viewpoints, a good scientific text should combine analytical depth, argumentative transparency, and respect for the reader. Critical thinking is a systematic practice that involves elements of reasoning, universal intellectual standards, and intellectual virtues, such as integrity and empathy. In a complex and constantly changing world, we need to train autonomous and ethical critical thinkers who are capable of making informed and socially responsible decisions. There are concrete strategies such as the use of intellectual diaries, the methodical analysis of everyday problems, the cultivation of metacognition, and the habit of continually self questioning. What can I do today to grow intellectually? So, what is the intersection of AI and critical thinking? While research on the relationship between AI and critical thinking is still in its early stages, some studies have shown that these tools can support critical thinking in certain situations. For instance, text mining tools can help researchers find gaps in the literature by organizing vast amounts of data, spotting patterns, or recommending connections between studies. According to this viewpoint, AI enhances critical analysis by making exploratory and investigative tasks easier. On the other hand, there is growing evidence that AI can also restrict the expression of critical thinking by inducing users to standardized solutions and predictable responses, limiting creativity, argumentative originality, and intellectual autonomy. Models such as ChatGPT are capable of producing cohesive and grammatically correct texts, but they don't dispense with the researcher's reflective and situated reasoning. But the effectiveness of these tools depends on the user's critical and ethical mediation. Without this mediation, there is a risk of reinforcing biases, uncritical use of incorrect information, and erasure of the author's voice. In this sense, it's important the inclusion of training models on ethics and artificial intelligence in academic curricula so that researchers in training develop criteria for the responsible use of these technologies. Here are some criteria for evaluating critical thinking in AI mediated scientific tests, I propose these six evaluative dimensions that can be applied to articles, essays, and academic reports produced with the support of intelligent tools. These criteria aim to capture not only the formal quality of the text, but also the genuine presence of critical judgment and intellectual authorship. The first one is the argumentative clarity. This dimension refers to the logical arrangement of the text, the connection between ideas, and conceptual precision. Texts that express critical thinking tend to have clear definitions, consistent argumentative progression, and a rigorous distinction between concepts. On the other hand, AI mediated texts that lack criticality often feature generic sentences, conceptual ambiguity, and superficial threading of ideas. Quality of evidence. Critical use of sources and data is essential. Reflective texts mobilize relevant, up to date, and verifiable evidence while also confronting different points of view. The absence of critical thinking in this aspect is manifested in superficial references, unreliable sources, or merely decorative use of the bibliography without articulation with the main argument. Number three, reflexivity. It refers to the ability to question assumptions, recognize limitations, and analyze implications. Critical authors explain the limits of their arguments, ponder alternatives, and reflect on the consequences of their propositions. Automated texts, on the other hand, tend to adopt unilateral or uncritical positions, avoiding complexities and tensions. Number four, argument originality. The presence of one's idea, authorial positions, and authentic interpretative constructions is evaluated here. Critical thinking emerges when the author risks defending their arguments even in the face of established knowledge. The absence of this dimension often indicates over reliance on linguistic patterns and AI predefined formulations. Epistemic coherence, the number five. This dimension examines the consistency between the parts of the text, problem, objectives, methodology, analysis, and conclusion, and their adherence to the disciplinary field. Critical texts demonstrate logical alignment between propositions and evidence, while mechanized texts may present incoherence, generic conclusions, or be disconnected from the analysis. And the last one, ethical use of AI. This is about transparency regarding the use of automated tools and critical discernment about the suggestions received. Authors who preserve intellectual authorship inform about the use of AI and critically review the generated content. The uncritical and undeclared use of these tools is indicative of a weakening or authorial integrity. This is a table making a resume of what I said in the last slide about the criterias, the indicators of critical thinking, and the signs of automated production absence of critical thinking. If you want, you can take a picture of this table or pause the video and check if you understood or not. I will move on with the presentation.
Yes,
So
very good, very good.
I have more six more slides.
Yes, yes,
Can I move on?
yes, of course. Of course.
Perfect. Or do you want me to go back to the last slide to give more time to read the slide? What do you prefer?
No, no, don't worry, don't worry. Go on, go on, go on, yes. After then, we have some questions.
Perfect. Okay. Um, so I will talk about a very important topic is about plagiarism checking tools. When it comes to publishing in academic journals, originality is non-negotiable. Your ideas need to be your own, and your text must reflect that. That's why checking for plagiarism, including content generated by AI, is such a crucial step before submission. It's for people that want to write a text and use AI tools. It's very useful. Let's start with Killbot, which combines AI detection with paraphrasing tools. It helps you rework content to make it more natural and original while also flagging issues. Zero GPT is another great option. It checks for both plagiarism and AI generated content and gives you real time feedback, word count, readability, and more, all for free. Plague is a multilingual tool that goes even further. It checks for plagiarism, detects AI content, and also offers grammar and correction features. It's widely used by students and researchers for its reliability and ease of use. Plagium is another powerful platform that compares your text with massive databases to detect plagiarism and AI generated segments. It's also multilingual and very effective for academic writing. Mm. So I will talk about some gaps in the literature about when I confronted critical thinking with texts generated by AI. Um, the first one is neglect of core critical thinking components. Most studies have little to say about how AI impacts the three pillars of critical thinking: hypothesis development, drawing of conclusions, and construction of reasoned arguments. Instead of exploring these deep cognitive processes, research tends to stay on the surface, looking at grammar, cohesion, or structure. But critical thinking is not just about form, it's about substance, logic, and creativity, areas where AI might interfere more. The second one, gap, a lack of interdisciplinary integration. We need more than educational theory to understand what is going on. Surprisingly, few studies bring together computational linguistics, cognitive science, and epistemology. Yet, these are precisely the fields that could tell us how AI generated suggestions interact with our brain's decision making process. It's fantastic. I want to understand more this topic. Whether AI constrains or amplifies reflective judgment, how knowledge is framed or distorted by algorithmic outputs. Without this integration, we are missing the bigger picture. The number three, I found no metrics for critical thinking in AI mediated texts. There is no method to assess critical thinking in texts shaped by AI. Because of this, I proposed uh, that table with those criteria, trying to begin with this movement to evaluate critical thinking in AI mediated texts. Um, we have classical frameworks, but applying them to hybrid texts where content may be machine generated is uncharted territory. Do these criteria still hold? How do we detect whether an idea is the writer's own or a well packaged output from a language model? And the last one, ethical and structural blind spots. Then comes a growing ethical dilemma. Who is the real author of a text assisted by AI? What if the use of AI tools is implicit, hidden, or not declared? Are we unknowingly reinforcing biases embedded in training data? Although some scholars have touched on these topics, there is still no systematized protocol for ethical, transparent AI use in academic writing. Um, and I have some proposals for future research. I think if someone like of this topic and want to write something about that, can make some research about investigate AI's impact on hypothesis formation and argumentative reasoning, include critical ethical AI literacy in academic training, create metrics to assess critical thinking in hybrid texts, develop ethical protocols for AI usage in academia. Uh, Educational and ethical implications. Uh, Promote development of critical conscious authors. Use AI as a support tool, not a replacement. Transparency in the use of automated tools. And the conclusion of all I said, uh, today we examined the complex intersection between artificial intelligence and critical thinking in science writing, revealing a nuanced landscape. On the one hand, AI offers significant benefits for textual organization, linguistic revision, and suggesting argumentative constructions. On the other hand, its uncritical use can compromise fundamental dimensions of scientific reasoning, such as intellectual autonomy, creativity, and argumentative integrity. The analysis conduct suggests that AI should not be treated as a substitute for critical thinking, but as an operational ally subordinate to human judgment. The value of AI lies in its support for production, not in its ability to determine what should be written autonomously. Analytical reasoning, data interpretation, and argumentation must all remain under the researcher's control. It's crucial to implement moral and open practices such as explicitly stating the use of automated tools and requiring human review in order to optimize the advantages of AI without compromising intellectual depth. The development of assessment tools that consider criticality in AI mediated contexts and investigate the cognitive impacts of these tools on scientific training should be the focus of future research. And in the end, I want to ask um, the opportunity to make publicity of my book. This is my book titled Discovering Existential Intelligence Tools, Insights, and Implications. While it doesn't focus on artificial intelligence or the technical aspects of technology, this book explores something equally important, our existential intelligence. This kind of intelligence is about asking deep, critical questions about life, purpose, values, and the meaning behind our choices. And in the context of today's talk, that's exactly what we need to truly reflect on the future of humanity in a world shaped by AI. So, rather than competing with machines, this book invites us to explore what it really means to be human. If you're interested, this QR code takes you directly to the Amazon page where you can find the book. I hope it inspires you on reflections just as it inspired mine. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. And buy this book because it's very interesting. So, so I have many questions, but I ask just three. Uh, but we have a lot of questions. So my first question is, uh, you talk about this scientific writing. Uh, how AI could impact on scientific magazine credibility? activate the microphone. So we don't hear you. We don't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was in the mute. I You asked me about the how can AI impact in the
Yes,
credibility of the author
yes,
using AI to write the text, the
yes.
academic paper. Okay, I will try to resume the ideas about this. It can enhance, I will say, the positive points and the negative points. The positive points, you can do it fast, very fast. You can structure a paper very quickly. Using Grok 3, for example, you have an idea, you can structure your paper, put your ideas, the topics of the article. You can use generated content, but you can use, for example, chat PDF to make some resume of some documents you find in your research on the internet. But the bad thing is some magazines, some journals use tools to detect plagiarism and detect AI content. So when you use a text generated by AI, or you use an AI to write the text, not using generated content, but you use it to just to write and to make the text more harmonic and well writing. You need to be careful and use some tools for detection to detect plagiarism, like GPT, zero GPT, and Plague, for example. Because if some journals don't accept texts generated by AI, they put this, they disclosure this on their pages. Oh, we don't accept generated content by AI. So if you submit some kind of article and they detect, it's a shame for you in the process of evaluation of the article. So you need to be very careful. You need to check the policies of the journal and of the magazine, and the ethical situations. For example, AI can get some parts of generated content of other authors, and it can be plagiarism in your text. If someone detect, oh, this sentence has some is of another author, not of this person, so it will be a shame for you, and you can burn your image, your reputation behind the journals.
Very, very good, very good. Second question. My second question is how education can address the new generation to use AI ethically.
It's a very important question. uh, I think the the schools need to include some kind of curricula, and teach the students how to think critically during the development, and how to use in an ethical way the AI tools. So a child will be taught to, oh, the child will know how to use ChatGPT, and will use ChatGPT for everything. Oh, I want to send an email, so I will use ChatGPT. I can use Grok 3. I can use other tools, Copilot, etc. But the child need to understand, uh, they have their own thoughts, their own ideas. So if the person let the ideas go away, oh, I don't have to think anymore because I have AI to think for me. It's wrong because we will create a generation of stupid people. We need to stimulate people to think critically and use AI in a very good way because AI is fabulous. AI is awesome. But like any tool, any powerful tool, we can manage the tool for the right side and for the wrong side. So you need to use in an appropriate manner to improve your skills. You will have to just to think, to have ideas, to create. AI will do the job, the mechanical job for you, but think for you, it's not good. So the children need to be taught since the early childhood to understand this important situation.
Very nice. But the last question is would be are, are we getting stupid with AI or not?
Are we? Sorry.
Are we getting stupid or more intelligent?
Extinct. I don't think so. I have a theory about this, a very
Oh,
interesting theory. I think
explain your theory. I'm
yes.
very curious.
I think people with a high level of intelligence and a very low ethical behavior can use AI to manipulate people, I think, but not AI will manipulate us. I think I saw in a movie one time a very interesting point of view about AI, that AI will think we are weak and will try to extinct us because they are more capable than us and we are a threat to the planet because we destroy the planet. La, la, la. I don't think so. I think humans will destroy each other with wars, because of power, and those ones that have a more capability to manage AI can use in a very wrong side. This is the threat, not the AI itself, but the human being is the biggest threat.
Yes, because my concern is that the movie like Terminator will be real. So this my my concern. This is my concern. So for the conclusion, let's thanks a lot to Flavia for an incredible live today. Yes, yesterday, I, I, I have a right of policy about AI usage because I also use AI to write in the blog, but uh, my usage is just uh, technical, technical because you can, as you can see, I have some difficulty to write and to so I use the AI for me, for me, in my day, in my day life, in my day experience. AI saved a lot of time and a lot of difficulties. So, in my case, AI is very welcomed. In other case, no. So, um, buy the book of Flavia. I buy it, and see you next time, next lives. So, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, good night and bo, bo, buonanotte. No,
Oh,
buonanotte.
oh,
Okay.
Gerd. I want to thank you so much for the invitation. I had a lot of fun with this presentation, and I'm very happy to meet you. And you are a very great person and an example of perseverance.
Thank you.
Congratulations for your effort and for your, you are indeed a genius. And you deserve all the admiration of everyone.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Let me end the live. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Ooh.